They're going to go to fucking federal prison. Federal fucking prison.
Paddy's not guilty. I know the kid. Even if he looks so annoying, he is not doing anything illegal.
So they're saying like, hey, this guy's got something wrong with him.
Right.
He's not going to win this fight. And then all the money would go on the opponent, and then they would rake it in. And this happened alleged. It says UFC's Jeff Molina suspended for alleged substantial involvement in ongoing James Krause investigation. Substantial.
Yeah, he was on, I've heard a thing that he was on his Discord, and he said that, like, Jeff Molina said that, like, you know, I paid my mortgage, my house, my phone bill, everything with this Discord right here. Make sure you guys join it. So, like, he was pushing it hard. Molina.
This is it. The final chapter isn't about victory or defeat anymore. It's about watching cell doors slam shut and seeing an entire fan base grapple with how fast legends crumble when gambling, money, and spotlight converge. The real lesson has nothing to do with fighting techniques or championship belts. It's about discovering just how quickly everything you built can vanish the moment celebration turns into investigation. In this nightmare scenario, Paddy Pimblett doesn't get submitted or knocked out. He watches his entire world disappear.
And the sport is left wondering who's next.
Just wanted to get an update from you. We haven't heard you in this forum talking about the betting investigation that's going on. I know there's only so many things you can say, but is there any updates you can give us on what's going on currently?
There's literally nothing I can say about that.
In a brutal twist, nobody saw.
Then reality hits like a sledgehammer. The sport jolts awake to breaking news that Paddy Pimblett's incredible climb just crashed into an unforgiving wall. Federal agents are now claiming they've uncovered a network of questionable betting activity connected to his closest allies. The story ignites instantly. Deals get frozen. Major sponsors disappear before sunrise. Those same crowds who used to roar his name are now debating whether their golden boy was careless, cursed, or completely manipulated. In this twisted version of events, there's no final bell because the real battle moves from fighting to legal defense.
What were they talking about? Somebody was saying, well, what's the UFC going to do? We let these guys know not to bet on fights. Do you know what the outcome of this is? Like, if I penalize them, you get cut. They're going to go to federal prison. Federal.
As this fictional investigation deepens, federal attorneys construct a ruthless narrative filled with inside information, strange bets placed moments before crucial turning points, and electronic evidence that won't vanish. Paddy's team maintains his complete innocence, claiming betrayal from trusted allies, but the destruction is already complete. Every previous win gets analyzed with fresh doubt. Every triumph gets re-examined as potential warning signs. The public reaches its conclusion long before any official judgment arrives. Paddy Pimblett is about to stun everyone and destroy the Justin Gaethje legend. But this detonation is going to tear the entire lightweight landscape apart. The declaration echoed everywhere. 3 rounds to finish Justin Gaethje. The MMA universe chuckled briefly before realizing Paddy was deadly serious. Don't move because in under 2 minutes, I'll reveal the precise moment this clash transforms from bold predictions into unforgettable reality.
I expect a war, obviously. Like, Justin Gaethje is one of my favourite fighters to watch. He's your favourite fighter's favourite fighter, and it's going to be a pleasure to get in there with him. I'd love to wrap up it all for 5 rounds.
You know, I'd be a fool to think that this is the beginning of my career. This is definitely towards the end, and what a way to finish. You know, beat Ilya, beat Paddy, beat Ilya, and then if there's another contender, you know, beat them.
Paddy wasn't just forecasting destruction. He was dismantling the entire story. The belief that Gaethje can't be touched standing up. The assumption that Paddy would desperately shoot for takedowns just to survive. He's declaring that the invisible preparation is already complete. And this bout represents his striking debut. Stay focused, because what comes next transforms this matchup from confident risk-taking into strategic madness.
So I'm not expecting no bad blood, no bitterness or nothing like that. I've met him before, we've shook hands, we've spoke, very cordial. I really like Justin Gaethje. Like, he's your favourite fighter's favourite fighter. Everyone
Everyone likes watching Justin Gaethje fights. He's never in a boring fight. And he's a nice fella every time I've met him. So I think it'll just be like the chat and the build-up. Like, everything's dead nice. But then, obviously, when that cage door shuts, lads.
Now things get truly treacherous. Paddy publicly declares he's avoiding grappling entirely and actively seeking a knockout finish. That strategy is either pure brilliance or complete professional destruction. The wrestling attempt is what everyone anticipates, which is precisely why he's committing to standing and exchanging with the division's most devastating striker. Keep your eyes locked, because the mutual admiration between these warriors makes the coming violence even more intense.
You know, on paper, this makes you a champion. They have to pay you as a champion. I think that is spectacular, and I definitely, recognize that. Outside that, I understand that it gives me the opportunity to fight Ilia Topuria. It was Khabib back then, and he was number 1 pound for pound, and I'm pretty sure Ilia is, top 3 pound for pound right now. And so, these are the opportunities to that I literally signed up, for this sport for that I asked for.
This isn't personal animosity or manufactured drama. This represents professional combat between two fighters who genuinely respect each other. Paddy acknowledges zero bad blood exists. Just respectful greetings, genuine smiles, and complete mutual appreciation until the cage seals shut. Then survival instincts take complete control. I'll break down why that mentality creates such a frightening dynamic in just a moment.
I'd be a fool to think that this is the beginning of my career. This is definitely towards the end, and what a way to finish. Beat Ilia, beat Paddy, beat Ilia, and then if there's another contender, beat them and be done. Or but ultimately to be able to fail and have the opportunity to come back and achieve gold will be exactly the story that I've been trying to write. I've been trying to inspire people and show people that everyone doesn't. It's hard to understand how difficult it is. I've had 38 fights.
While Paddy generates massive buzz with his shocking predictions, Justin Gaethje is staring directly at his career's final stretch. His position in this sport is crystal clear to him. Every remaining fight centers on legacy preservation, financial security, and lasting significance. Stay tuned, because this next section reveals why Gaethje presents more danger now than at any previous point.
And they're 15 minutes or 25 minutes in time. And sometimes you give amazing interviews, and I'm sure some days you think that you maybe could have done better. And for us as athletes, it's you think you could be perfect and you want to be perfect, but to expect yourself to be absolutely perfect every single one of these fights is almost impossible. It's like somebody being perfect every day. And so, sometimes some nights we're off, some nights we're on. And so really it's just a battle to understand why I had great nights, why I had bad nights. And through this training process, understand how and what I need to do to be perfect that night. And, intuitively, reactionary, and in my heart. And so that's the battle, and that's the lessons that I've learned, along the way. And so I'm ready to compete and perform.
Before dissecting this matchup completely, Gaethje isn't chasing temporary attention. He's pursuing career-defining moments, interim championships that pay like real gold, and recognition that lasts forever. The Ilia showdown calls to him. The unification opportunity, the concluding chapter written through violence and excellence. But there's a massive obstacle. One mistake against Paddy and his entire narrative crumbles immediately.
Suspectly was Justin Gaethje and Paddy Pimblett making sure to, even though, Gaethje's had an opinion about the interim belt before and has even said, this doesn't mean anything to me, I want to get the real one. He threw it down on the floor after he won it against Tony Ferguson. Him and Paddy Pimblett made very clear in their first answers to make sure that everybody knew this was the real belt. And even though it's interim, it's just the same as the regular lightweight world championship, even though we kind of know it's not. And I think deep down they also know that it's not. They both in their first answers made sure to point out that this was for the real lightweight title, and when Ilia comes back, we'll be fighting with him to unify it. They really made a big deal out of this isn't just some gimmicky interim belt.
Before examining the actual fight dynamics, Justin openly acknowledges that perfection is an impossible standard. Even legends experience disappointing performances, and competition reveals why. He's hunting for the version of himself that emerges on the perfect night, at the perfect moment. That's genuinely frightening because a completely self-aware Gaethje is the last opponent anyone wants facing them across that octagon.
Challenge ahead.
Well, I thought I was going to fight him in October. I thought I was going to fight him in Abu Dhabi in October, to be honest. But obviously that never happened, and now we're here. So I am eventually fighting him. I thought I was going to fight on this Jan 24th card, so I was preparing for Ilya for a couple of weeks, to be honest. Just doing bits of training for him. And then obviously we got told it's Justin, Ilya's not fighting, so obviously me and Ilya mightn't like each other, lad, but I wish him nothing but the best with all his family. It's nothing to do with fighting. But when I win this belt, I'm the champ for now. I don't care if it says interim on it, I'm the champ, he's out the cage, I'm the champ.
Before announcing his potential next challenge, the pressure intensifies exponentially. Both competitors are approaching this interim championship like the undisputed crown. They're demanding fan recognition and respect for its legitimacy as a true lightweight title fight. Stay right here because the political maneuvering surrounding this belt could determine the next champion before anyone throws a single punch.
What up, next? What up? Who's fighting next? I'm looking at Pimblett. Probably Pimblett.
The UFC's scheduling chaos only intensifies everything because everyone assumed a different contender was getting the opportunity. Then suddenly, Paddy emerges in the main spotlight. This booking destroyed expectations, reshuffled the entire rankings, and created massive waves throughout the division. In just a moment, I'll break down why this particular matchup could permanently alter how the UFC distributes future opportunities.
I'm excited, man. I'm excited. March 7th. We have history. He's saying some things. He's saying some things that happened during the fight that, we get to find out now. We get to solve it, Many years later, we get to do it. We get to run it back. BMF title on the line. Why not?
After considering the shared history with his opponent behind closed doors, Paddy was actually preparing for a completely different fighter before everything switched to Gaethje. No stress, no complaints, just ice-cold acceptance that this championship belongs to him right now. Interim status or not. Stick around because that unshakable confidence is exactly why seasoned veterans should be genuinely concerned.
I was just hungry, I'm a lot older than I was then, and I feel great, but I'm in the same situation. I'm looking for a title shot. He's in the way. We got the BMF title on the way, and claims to be a BMF, so we'll get to find out come March 7th.
Now the impact spreads even further. Established legends start circling, and suddenly Paddy's reputation is being discussed by fighters who exclusively seek massive opportunities. When established stars begin targeting you specifically, it signals that the business recognizes your legitimacy. That brings us to the final warning sign everyone is completely overlooking.
Oh, that's Oliveira versus Holloway. I nearly said that's Holloway. But that's Oliveira versus Holloway, which is a sick fight. I reckon Oliveira is going to win that one. I love the fight announcement of that. I love the way they did it. 2 empty seats on the stage, but why announce it in a promo before? I knew it was coming. I was like, oh, that's the empty seats. They're going to do Oliveira Holloway. Let me wonder. What are they going to announce? I kind of would have known. But don't show the casual fans promo piece.
This upcoming battle isn't about veteran experience, challenging rising hype anymore. It's about unstoppable momentum confronting fighting mortality, pure belief system against established legacy, tomorrow's potential against yesterday's achievements. When that cage door locks tight, one of these warriors emerges fundamentally transformed forever. Make your prediction right now. And remember who gave you the inside information first.
When you're fighting Justin Gaethje, so... But I think everyone's going to be shocked, to be honest, because I think I'm going to knock him out. So people won't expect that. People think I'm just going to try and grapple and take him down when I'm not. I'm going to come out and I'm going to put it on.